Hi guys, see some of you trickling in here. Hi David, how are you this evening? Good to see you again. We got Henry here this evening. Needs two front shoes put on. The last time I was day working up north, which I didn't get to film any of, but we were in some real deep, greasy, heavy mud, and he pulled both these front shoes off. Weather's turning cold for the wind. Same here, but no wind. The days have been really nice here, actually. But the night times are dang sure getting cold. We're going through the pile of firewood already, that's for sure. I got some buddies up in Washington State, and they said it has been just raining like crazy up there. Getting more rain up there in the last couple days than we get down here all year. It's flooding, yeah, in Tacoma. I believe it is. My buddy lives. I can't remember where he lives, but he's a longshoreman by trade, so he's right there on the water somewhere. And he said that it's just been crazy up there. David Rush is healing good. He's really doing pretty good. I figured out how he did it. He ran into a corner of one of my big feed troughs I have, so his whole leg is swollen up. After I get front shoes on Henry, when I go and put Henry back, I'll take the light on I got a light I can put on my head. I'll take you guys out there and we'll look at Rush's leg. I need to look at it pretty close. I haven't checked it since this morning. He's healing. It's just a slow process. And it really kind of bums me out because I'm going Monday up to rope a whole bunch of like almost yearling bull calves that need to be cut. And it would be great to have the big horse available for that, but he's out of commission, so it's going to be Henry and Luke. This is Henry. Henry's a horse. Say hi, Henry. So, for those of you that are new to the channel on the live stream, ask any questions you have. I'll do my best to answer them. Full disclaimer, I am not a professional farrier. I'm a professional cowboy who keeps shoes on my own horses. And it's just cold enough here, it makes everything hurt. So you can see Henry's missing a chunk of this sidewall right here. We're going to try and work with that the best we can. Casey Crosby says, what is your job? My job? I am a full-time cowboy. You want to stand a little bit better there, bud? Or are you okay like that? He's not standing the greatest. There he goes. Let's see. Make sure you guys can see good still. See how he stands on that. Doesn't look too bad. No, Kurt, I am not a full-time farrier. I'm a working cowboy. I keep my own horses shod. I don't shoe any outside horses or anything like that. I don't have any formal training or formal education in horseshoeing. It's just been a part of my job for the last 10 years. So it's something that I just have to do. Why can't you run barefoot? Sometimes in Montana it works if the rocks aren't too bad. And the answer, Shelby, there is I probably could get away with it sometimes here. Probably not with Henry. Henry's got pretty thin hoof walls, it seems like. He's kind of got little wussy baby feet. Rush might be okay. My half draft. Yes, I said you have wussy baby feet. The Mustang, he would probably be okay for some of it, but a lot of the country I do cover is pretty rocky. So just out of, I never know when I'm going to get called to go somewhere and do something, I keep shoes on him year round. The Mustang, his feet were already ruined when I got him. He's got really good feet, but they had already been made soft from living in a confinement that was real soft and wet a lot of times. So I didn't have him when he had the good hard outside Mustang feet. And in my opinion, once you ruin a Mustang's feet, they're never the same again. So I keep him shod all the way around also. For those of you that know anything about shoes, I'm just using easy shoes. I'm not shaping them. I was just running a pritchel around the nail holes right there. I'm going to go see how it fits real quick. Double check it here. Actually fits pretty good. You can see that. Doesn't really need shaped. It'll nail in pretty nice right there. What are you doing? Kurt says, do you know any farriers in Arizona? I don't. Sorry. Shelby says, most of Eastern Montana is not rocky, so many of us don't shoe. Western Montana is a different story. Shelby, honestly, if I could get away without shoeing and not worry about crippling my horses, I probably wouldn't either. I don't blame you. When you can, running barefoot is always a good option, I think. I go a lot of rocky places on short notice a lot of times. So it's in the best interest of my horses to be shod. And it gives me time to hang out with you guys. Come on. Did you go to the Pro-Am? Yes, I did. Roped on 3 teams at the Pro-Am. And every one of my teams had 2 decent runs and 1 run where everything fell apart, so I didn't make it to the short go on any of them. But I had a lot of fun. Does the horse's feet grow? I saw on some video a dude was scraping the bits off the horse's feet. Young and powerful? Yes. A horse's hoof is just like your fingernail. It grows your whole life, and there's no feeling in it. That's why we can cut and scrape pieces away and drive nails through them. Causes no pain to the horse at all. Teddy says, have you ever seen those guys that do chiropractic work on horses? What's your thoughts on whether or not they would benefit it? Yes, I do believe in chiropractic work for humans and for horses. I haven't had any work on my horses in a couple years now. I have had some work on my horses in the past, and I do believe in them. They are just like human chiropractors, though. There's a small group of them that are exceptional with their craft. The majority of them are pretty good at their craft, and there's a very small group of them that are quacks. So you got to make sure whoever's working on your horses is good at what they do. Just like farriers. Felt like it would be good. You can see the... Whoa, chat's moving quick tonight. Teddy says, I feel like it would be good. You can see the relief in a lot of the horses after the works, at least with skilled ones. For sure. Yep. I had my Mustang, if you're familiar with the channel, Teddy Luke. I had a friend crack his pole a couple years ago, and he immediately dropped his head and went to licking his lips, and his ears were hanging real loose. It was amazing how fast he just instantly felt better. So, Young and Powerful says, it's interesting how thin horse legs are but carry human and baggage and gallop with ease. God made an amazing creature when he made the horse. There's no doubt about it. Even the saddle's heavy. Yep. Our friend was there helping. Shelby, that's awesome. If you haven't ever been to that event, I would suggest trying to go, even just for a day as a spectator. It's sure neat watching just how many people can throw the same loop a different way from each other. Was really interested. And there's all sorts of horse jewelry there that was beautiful. Exactly, Young and Powerful. Their horse's place in history is right next to a man. Give me just a second, Teddy, and I'll read that. You're fine, just relax. Okay, Teddy says, it's honestly beautiful seeing animals getting the same love and care we showed each other. Honestly, for not being mindful stewards of these amazing creatures in the world, we're doing it wrong. 100%, Teddy. And that goes that goes to cattle also. And that's why I do what I do. You know, I have no convictions using cattle as a source of protein to eat them, but I do believe that when they're alive, we need to give them a great life, and we need to give them as quick and as painless of an ending as possible. What's the temp there tonight, Jeffrey? I think we're going to be in the low 20s. It's probably in the mid 30s right now. Did you trade for any engraved horse jewelry? Nope, I didn't do any trading when I was there. I'm kind of low on tack right now, so what I have to keep a hold of. Horses need to be spoiled. Supplements cost 10 times more than human superfood supplements, but worth every penny. Their metabolism is insane endurance. Yep. For me, I just try to provide a really good quality grass alfalfa mix, and then in the summertime when I'm using them hard, I make sure and dose them with electrolytes before and after the day. Oh, Nicholas, I'm going to break your heart. That's a half ton, buddy. That's a 1500. I do have quite a bit of motor work done to the little half ton. I've got a little bit of suspension work done to it and some airbags on it, and I do have a gooseneck ball in it. My buddies jokingly call it the Ram 2000 because it's not quite a 1500 and it's not quite a 2500. Why U.S. backstabbed NATO? I have no idea. I stay out of politics as much as possible. Yeah, that's exactly right, Teddy. Nicholas thought it was a 1500. Yep, that's the good old 1500. She got 222,000 miles on her. Only started the Hemi tick about 5,000 miles ago, give or take. But I have been extremely 1,000 miles. I have, in the summer, I run an open thermostat in it, so it'll run about 135 degrees. I've, like I said, done a bunch of motor work to it. Nothing crazy, just some bolt-on stuff. EDC, well, I try not to kiss and tell, but I'm a P89 guy myself. A little bulky, but that's what I got. Okay. Actually, we'll stay on this side and we'll just finish this foot up right now. You're a smart man saying with politics. They want us looking left and right so we never think to look up. Exactly. It's mostly the divide and the rule shenanigans. Respect you for being... Hey, you bet, Teddy. I'll go down rabbit holes. I do think that there's probably 6 or maybe 12 individuals, a real small handful of individuals pulling all the strings, but we won't go too far down those rabbit holes. And I do think food is health. I do think fasting is health, is medicine rather. And I do think that Big Pharma is in it to create a customer, not a cure. But that's all I'm going to say about that. We'll get this foot cleaned up before we go to the other side. Thank you. Henry's He's pretty good to put shoes on these days. He was a snot when he was younger. I do like to have a guard on that truck. I run them. Well, I don't have one on my 7.3 Nicholas. Right, Nicholas? Yeah. But I have one on my second gen Cummins also. The way I see it, if you hit one deer with them and you don't have to buy a radiator or anything like that, you know, by the time you pay the tow bill and everything else, they've paid for themselves. So it's pretty easy to justify putting one on in my book. Let me see it. All that being said about health and food and all that, I'm not scared to order a pizza once in a while. Everything in moderation's fine. Let's see. Teddy says, you're spot on with those assessments. Always a pleasure to bump into the rare breeds like you in the world. Hey, thanks, Teddy. I look forward to having you around the channel. Like I said, you're more than welcome to ask any... Baker! You're more than welcome to ask any questions about my lifestyle or anything like that, because I realize it's pretty different from most people. David said I had a full breed quarter horse. Bought him back to health. He was 25. I believe his younger prime, he could have won a lot of barrel races. Had to give him to a lady to keep to do my own health. That's pretty cool, David. It's always nice to give... Baker! That pup is driving me crazy. It's always nice to give older horses a second chance. You might say with China in your next conflict, we were allies. American first is okay, but you sure you can deal with America alone versus it all? Like I said, I stay out of politics. You're more than welcome to stay, Leva. I'm not informed enough on politics and all that to have an opinion. So I don't mind you hanging around though. If I was more informed, I'd give you a better answer. Hold on a second. I gotta go yell at this dog. Baker! Grab it! Go ahead. Alright, scoot over here. Oh, you gotta back up, bud. Or step over to the side. Thank you. If you can change, would you enter the Pro-Am again? Watch this year, and you killed it with Michael. Yes, I plan on going back to the Pro-Am this coming year, assuming I can afford it. That is one event I would like to make every year. And I have, in the back of my mind, I may list Hot Lips for sale at the Pro-Am. HSO, buenas noches, amigo. I don't know for sure if I'm going to list Hot Lips for sale at the event or not. We'll see where my life situation is. Annie Oakley, I've got 9 horses right now. So if Hot Lips comes along well enough, and I would probably need to buy something that's maybe a year older than Trapper or right around that age. That way I have something to fill her spot. But if she's coming up really good, then I might list Hot Lips for sale at the Pro-Am and try and sell her there. Greetings from Stockholm. Well, greetings from Northern Nevada. But yeah, it was super fun roping with Michael. Michael is a very quick in person when you're not doing the whole cameras and YouTube thing. He's a super quick-witted, funny, fun person to be around. I really enjoyed it. Henry, where's our clinchers? There they are. Going crazy. Get these clenches all sat down good. All right, were you a working farrier, or do you only do your own? I only do my own horses, Annie Oakley. Teddy says you're probably more connected to the rest of the world of us, living the way you do. What is your daily routine like, and how many animals are you caring for? Well, out of respect for the ranch that I work for, Teddy, I won't share exact numbers. But my daily routine right now changes every day. This time of year, we've got all the cow work done on the home place. So we're taking care of some odds and ends and doing some maintenance around a couple different properties. So not horseback a ton right now, but this outfit that I work on full time, they don't use me full time, so I take day work on other ranches. Like I was saying just a little bit ago, on Monday I'm going up about 3 hours north of here to rope a bunch of bull calves that need cut. My daily routine changes quite a bit. I spent several years in a position where I was a horseback full-time 6 or 7 days a week. On this particular outfit, I do everything, whether it's the horseback work, the farming, the welding, the irrigating. I do a little bit of everything. And I do that because they provide me with a house, which gives me a place to live, obviously, but also the time off and the freedom to go and take work at other ranches. Daily wage in my area, I won't hook up a truck and trailer for less than $200 a day. And if I have to use my truck or trailer at that job, I expect $250 and diesel. Really, Henry? That's my garage, man. That's my garage, Henry. They're like, 1,000-pound toddlers, folks. Thank you so much. One good skill to have. Wish I could do it, but I only have one horse, so I just hire a farrier. If I could afford to hire a farrier, Annie, I probably would myself. That's excellent, buddy. Thank you. Glad you're feeling better. Here, watch out now. All right, scoot over a little bit so I can sweep that away. I'm gonna work on that other foot, man. In case anybody's wondering, that's how Mountain Dew is made. Yeah, he's got good pressure. When you gotta go, you gotta go. That's exactly it. Well, I'm kind of funny because that doesn't bother me in terms of germs or being gross or anything like that, but I won't share a drink with somebody. I hardly share a drink with my wife. Do you have any hobbies you're particularly fond of when you're not working? Oh, Teddy. All right, Teddy, you're going to get an admission out of me that my YouTube channel doesn't know yet. One of my hobbies that has nothing to do with work or keeping my pickups running or anything like that. Like, if I go in the house at night and just want to zone out, I watch internet video gaming. I don't partake in the video gaming, I just watch internet video gaming. In particular, I watch Zelda a lot. I know that's probably really weird to hear, but it's mentally a nice break from my everyday. So there you go. Zelda's a good game. Kevin, I'm in particular an Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask fan. Nobody's nobody's 7. I appreciate it. Did you make it to the Traditions Gathering past November when it got around? James showing his table and couldn't afford nothing. It was a good time. I couldn't even afford to make the trip, and it's only about 2.5 hours from where I live. I worked that whole weekend and just tried to put some pennies aside to make it to another event. Nobody's 7. That's correct. That's not weird at all. That's cool, not weird at all. Kind of makes sense. It's good escapism for your usual work. Actually, a commentator that does English casts for 6 different leagues and tournaments in StarCraft. Oh, cool. Michael Clausen in the house. Buck and K Horsemanship gonna tell me how I'm crippling my horses tonight. All you've missed, Michael, is I put one shoe on and Henry peed all over inside my garage. Other than that, you haven't missed nothing. Reminds me of a scene from Brokeback Mountain, except I'm better looking than whoever the actors were in that movie. All right, Henry, scoot over. Hey, come on. Set you guys up right about there. Cool. You gotta wipe your leg off, Henry, because it's soaked in your own pee because it bounced off the concrete, man. That was kind of gross. All right. I never watched it either. I just saw the commercials. I just saw the commercials for it, but I can guarantee I'm better looking than any of them guys. And what would be your dream horse? I've only owned 2 quarter horses in my life, but wouldn't mind owning a big old warm blood. How long have you been around my channel, Annie Oakley? Are you familiar with the half draft horses that I'm raising? Hi, Ava. Good to see you passing by. Be safe when you get wherever you're going. What does your hat say and how do I get one? It says Pro-Am Vaquero Roping, and I got it at the Buck Brannaman Pro-Am Roping. They might sell them on Buck Brannaman's website. I don't know, honestly. Glenn Taylor, if you're looking to get merchandise from my website, just go to rubucknevada.com, and under one of the tabs there is a merch section. You can get a hat with my logo on it if you're so inclined. I would appreciate that. Jeez, Henry, that foot's ugly. Let's see. You're not fake. I know I'm as real as they come. Teddy says, I think a lot of people know more than enough about the film without actually needing to see it. Yeah, that's exactly. Okay, Annie, you're new. Welcome to the channel. It's good to have you. I think you've put together that I'm a working cowboy by trade. And I typically had always had quarter horses. And I kind of got sick of how small they were getting as a breed in general. So I bought a grade quarter horse mare from some friends and started crossing her with a registered Clydesdale by the name of Battle River Inc. My oldest cross is 4 years old this year. His name is Resh. He's a dun. And he has exceeded every expectation I've had in terms of how he's been to train, his demeanor, his conformation, how much cow he's got. his natural athletic ability. He is just doing excellent. You can look basically anywhere on my channel and see videos of him and his progress. And like I said, he has been doing great. I have him, and I have 2 full siblings to him. Hot Lips is a bay filly. She is a 3-year-old this year, and I have put 11 rides on her. I put, I think, 2 or 3 rides on her as a 2-year-old, and the rest of them have all come this year as a 3-year-old. I don't ride them a lot when they're young. This horse is hard, Michael. This horse is hard to keep feet nice on. What are you doing, dork? And she has also surprised me with how well she's doing in terms of just being teachable and how willing she is to learn what I'm teaching her. And she's got Cowie. Her last ride, we were pushing some cattle up onto a weigh scale, and they weren't really wanting to go. You're fine. And she was getting mad, and she was biting, trying to bite cows, which makes me really happy. So, all right, let me scroll back to comments. Bring those heels back. Yeah. Teddy says we're all going to the same place in the end. I think we all merge with some kind of infinite energy that's outside our comprehension. And that's life, and we're all scattered shards of light. Teddy, I'm a Christian. I think we were created in God's image. Jesus was born. He is the Son of God in human flesh. I think he was crucified, laid dead for 3 days, and came back to life to atone for our sins. And if anybody wants help becoming a Christian, reach out to me. But I'm not going to preach, and I'm not going to demean anybody else's beliefs. Becoming a Christian has been one of the best things I've ever done. Jake says, I think you're putting the cart before the horse here, my guy. Yeah, I need a tie rail in my garage, and the Dodge has a bumper, so just use that. And he says, sounds like a beautiful cross. Definitely going to check out the videos. Big props and starting them slow. I hate when people start babies too young. Oh, me too, Annie. The word futurity is a swear word in my book. Their bones aren't hard. Their growth plates are open. Take your time with them as a young one. Don't ride them hard until they're 5. 6 is even better. And that horse will last well into their 20s. If you ride them way hard when they're young, they're going to be shot by the time they're 15. It's just not worth doing to them. DS, Merry Christmas, my friend. What do you think about stallion breed? Lone Wolf, I think it's okay to cross either way. Whether you're crossing a draft stallion onto a quarter horse mare like I do, or if you have a draft mare with a quarter horse stallion, I think it's just fine either way. Yes, sir. Truth. Amen. So, Michael, are you going to come do this horse's back feet for me? Why don't you step up here for me? Thank you. Yeah. I will pay you $20 a foot plus room and board, and I'll charge you $25. Well, no. Let me think about that. I'll pay you $25 a foot, and I'll charge you $30 for room and board. How's that sound? Got respect for honest Christians. I'm baptized, but not a practicing Christian. Got my mother a silver cross with an opal for Christmas. I always enjoy discussing Christianity with her. That's awesome, Teddy. Yeah, Matthew Buck and Kay is in here. He is, I really think Bucking K is a stalker on my live streams. This is the first time, maybe second time he's ever actively participated, but I don't think he misses one. Oh, I can't take any of that. I'm always fighting with this horse because he wants to ski out so bad. You can see his heels are fighting to roll under. I can't take any more off of that sole there. I'm already fairly short. I'll just have to be really diligent the next time I put shoes on him about making sure it's in a timely manner. Round that off a little bit. Favorite horse, Leo Equine. I breed quarter horse Clydesdale crosses, and I love them. The Bone Dog, I am not a farrier. I am just a working cowboy who keeps my own horses shod. David Wiley's got sidetracked watching Facebook. How's the horse healing up? He's doing okay, David. After we get this foot here done, when I put Henry back, I'll throw a headlight on and I'll show you guys Rush's leg. Teddy says, really admire that you're so good at juggling, tending the horse while interacting with Chet, making us wait long enough to do a good job. You're crushing as a streamer. Well, thank you, Teddy. I appreciate the compliment. Shoeing horses out here on a live stream is a hell of a lot better than shoeing horses out here talking to myself. This foot's ugly. Everything about this foot's ugly, Henry. There we go. You own a quarter horse? All right. That's a good deal, Cowboy Christian. Can learn everything from Corey. He's the man. Some days I fail just as much as everybody else. I just do twice as much stuff to make up for it. Oh, that makes sense. Do the two boots. Also his day job. Gotcha. Have you ever had to deal with abscesses or other infections in the horses, or is that not your domain? Teddy, anytime anything gets weird with my horses that I don't understand, I get a hold of a vet. I've got too much time and money invested in them to shoot from the hip, so to speak. So that's your personal business, because I know how to do that. All right. Morning, Arnold. Where are you at that it's morning? Ooh. Man, his back feet really need done too, but I'm not going to do them tonight. I might I'll do them either tomorrow night or Sunday night. And I will make sure and do a live stream. What's your favorite animal, equine? Right here. I'm a horse guy myself. Arnold says, you're in the Philippines. All right. Well, hello to the Philippines from Northern Nevada. Glad to have you here. So it'd be Saturday morning in the Philippines, huh? Buck and Case is bedtime for us. We'll see you soon, brother. Feet look great. All right, Michael. Good having you here. Give me a call tomorrow. We'll catch up. don't like that. I don't like that either. The most crucial step right here, guys, in my opinion, is getting your shoe on. Okay. Looks pretty good. Saturday morning in the Philippines. All right. How do you learn to do your own horse's feet? Leo, I'm primarily self-taught. I watched all the guys that could do it better than I could. Even when I was starting, I just watched and tried to notice as much detail as possible. And then got in a spot in life where I had to do my own. And to be totally honest, I made some sore and I had some shoes fall off the next day. I had some ugly shoe jobs, and you know, all the more experienced hands that I was around at the time, they gave me a little piece of advice, and I've just fixed it up. Well, okay, hold on. Well, Mr. Henry got a treat for when he's done for sanding. So nice, got to spoil such a cute boy. He got treats on the way in because he had his head buried in the feeder when I went and caught him. Hey. And I scared the hell out of him when I put the lead rope around his neck. So he was pretty buzzed up when I very first caught him. So I had my little girl give him some carrots and a horse cookie. Then he was on good terms with us again. And it doesn't surprise me at all that this horse is a little bit antsy standing, because this horse's mother was horrible at standing good. Rhea, no, this is Henry. I'm going to put this shoe on, clean the foot up, and then we're going to go out and I will show you guys how Rush's leg is healing up. I'm going to finish this foot on Henry, and then probably tomorrow, if not tomorrow, then for sure Sunday evening, I'll go live again and do Henry's back feet. If Rush hadn't hurt himself, I would be taking him to where I'm going on Monday, but because he's hurt, I gotta take Luke and Henry. I'm gonna split the day between them 50-50. Really? That one's a little high, but I think it'll be all right. It's got kind of a crack in the hoof right there anyway, so being a little high might actually be a good thing on that one. Set that one a little high too, get it above that crack. How did he get hurt? Oh, okay. Hold on, let me go back. I learned how to do the shoe for my pawpaw, but that's good. Yeah, I was given a really basic set of shoeing tools by my stepfather and was told to go figure it out. That's how I got my start. How did he get hurt? I didn't know originally, Leo, when I posted the first... Hey, quit. When I posted the first couple videos about it, I hadn't found out yet. But I did find a chunk of hide on one of my feeder corners. I got a old steel water tank or something I cut in half and welded some sucker rod around kind of as a border. And there's one that the corner is pretty abrupt on. And I noticed it was moved about 2 feet and I found a chunk of hide on it. So the injury is not a laceration in the sense of like being a cut. It's like a tear. The muscle's fine, but he's got a pretty good chunk of hide missing. I'll show you guys. Yeah, David, this is Henry, not Hot Lips. Do you do any stretching exercise to mitigate back pain? Can't imagine being able to work in the position you do without a lot of back issues. I go through my bouts with back issues, Teddy. I avoid sugar all I can, and I lift weights 6 days a week. So, Cookie, good to see you. We're just about finished up, Cookie. I'm gonna clean one of Henry's front feet up here. We just got the shoe tacked on it, and then after that, we're gonna put Henry back, and I will show you guys Rush's leg. Yeah, Leo, he's, like I said, I should be taking him Monday because I'm going to rope yearling bull calves, and he's, half draft horse, so it would have been nice to have him, but that's life, I guess. Reason for everything. I guess God wants me to rope some big calves off of this horse. No, your mare that you showed us what your horses are out of. Oh, David, yeah, she's only a brood mare. She's never even had a saddle on. If I would have got her, say, as a 2-year-old or a yearling or something, she'd have made a really nice using horse. With her demeanor and the way she acts, I think if a guy were to try and start her now, she'd just be a counterfeit bronc. So she's just a brood mare. She's given me 4 babies, and of course the one died this spring. So she's got a place with us for the rest of her life, I think. Do you have a preference for mares or gelding? There's only been one mare I really vibe with. Find I get better with geldings. Every horse is an individual, Annie Oakley. I've rode good geldings, I've rode bad geldings. I've rode good mares and I've rode bad mares. It's just like coat color or their gender. A horse is a horse. Everyone's an individual. I do know that there are some breeds I stay away from because I don't get along with them. I don't get along with Arabians, hardly at all. And personally, I think they're hideous the way their faces are shaped, but that's besides the point. I know a lot of people get along really well with Arabians, and that's just fine. If that's your jive, I don't have a problem with it. It's just not my jive. I mean, in all honesty, if you think about it, Jesus was from the land of Arabian horses, and he chose to ride a donkey. And he's the King of Kings, and still didn't ride one. So maybe we just ought not to ride the Arabians, guys. Just kidding. A little bit of biblical humor, though. What horse breeds do you have? Quarter horses, my half draft horses, and I got the Mustang also. You look at all the paintings. Bible says Jesus come back on a white stallion. Okay, that's cool. You look at all the paintings. I've never seen one of those paintings where the white stallion had a dished face. Most of them, he's got a big old Roman nose. Jesus don't need bridle reins on a horse, but I'd like to think he's got a spade bit in the horse's mouth. Okay, I'm done poking fun at Arabians for a while. All right, front shoes on Henry are done. Set my tools aside here. Let's see. Ask how many times you've been kicked. I'm trying to get him started riding with me. Oh, how many times have I been kicked? Well, Annie, that's kind of a loaded question because I rode bucking horses all through high school and college. So I've been kicked and stepped on and all that more than I can count. Everly Keller, does that hurt the horse? Not at all. His feet are made out of the same thing as your fingernails are. You get a pedicure or manicure, it don't hurt. It's dying trading skill. Hi, Mex, the Tex. Good to see you on here. Yeah, I'm not a full-time farrier. I'm a working cowboy. I keep my own horses shod, and I like to talk with you guys on the live stream in here when I'm shoeing horses because it beats talking to myself. So thanks for joining the stream. Welcome to the channel. What's your worst horse bite, Rue? Was trying to give a horse some wormer or some bute paste one time, and he bit me pretty good and got the kind of the web of my hand right there. That was kind of miserable. I haven't been bit really bad. I've been bit a little bit, like very, very small, several times. Not haven't been bit really bad. When we were in college, I was helping one of my buddies set his bareback rigging, and the bucking horse reached up and grabbed a hold of him by the bicep and clamped down on him, and it tore a bunch of skin and it bled really bad. But it didn't tear his bicep or anything like that, but it was black and blue for a couple weeks. 49ers, I bet your house smells like horse shit. Sometimes it does, you bet. Everly Keller's got a horse too. All right, good deal. Cat Dragon says, I'm so happy I found this stream. It's silly, but after playing Red Dead a few months ago, I started loving horses. I don't know much, but I love learning. Well, I'm glad to have you here, Cat Dragon. Feel free to ask all the questions you'd like. Check out all my videos. There's a ton of educational content about everything I do with them. Leah says, do you know who Senior Wooly is? Nope. Bareback, I knew it. Yeah, I never had the finesse to ride saddle broncs, so I rode bareback horses. the cookies just lifted me off the ground and slammed me in the stall door. Bled my arm. Ouch. That ain't no good, Cookie. Okay, guys. We're gonna take Henry back. You ready to go back? Yeah. They did a good job with the horses in Red Dead 2, especially when they're in the snow. I played Red Dead a handful of times in, I think it was 2019. I don't remember anything about the horses, so they must not have been too bad. I liked your stream, Gaucho Marks. Hey, appreciate it, Mexitex. Are you bringing chips and salsa next stream, or is it my turn? Awesome. What's the hardest part of having horses? When you lose them, Cat Dragon. Without a question. It's like losing a family member. Popcorn and beer? Bring some O'Douls. I'm a little over 2 years sober, Max, but I don't mind you having one. Fat joint. It's all to you, my friend. Okay, guys, I'm going to turn the phone around. We're going to go out, take Henry back, and I'm going to show you how Rush's leg is healing up. Oh, there's a bug infestation out here. Gross. Hey, get out of the horse pen, Ollie. Out. Leo, you just got 84 people with the slug bug, man. That's got to be a world record. Exactly, Cat Dragon. I consider my horses just as big a part of the family as my wife or daughter. They each of them have their own memories and personality associated with them that just it's real special. Teddy salute animals, hardest part I got. Nothing on this guy's experience, but it was tough to stay strong while comforting my dog as she passed my arm, so I can emphasize. Yeah. If you guys go back, hold on, I gotta use two hands to get this. Hang on just a second, guys. Hang on, just chill out. If you guys back a couple months of my videos, you can, between my videos and my shorts, you can follow along. The half draft foal I had this year, he only made it about 10 days, and we had the vet working on him a whole bunch. We ended up losing him, and that was a pretty tough one. All right, Cookie. Next stream will either be tomorrow night or the night after. We'll see you there. Thanks for stopping by. Annie says, can't explain, but a horse is different. I think because you trust each other with your lives. I think that's a big part of it, Annie. And there's a mutual understanding that he's not going to hurt me and I'm not going to hurt him. So this is the long yearling half draft. His name's Trapper John. Love horse TV shows like that. Canada Show Heartland. Well, welcome to the channel, Elise. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. Favorites are quarter horse and Mustang. Montgomery Pass Mustang. Let me see. That's my Mustang right there, Kevin. He's probably 25, 26, and he's from Central Nevada. Oh, Cookie, you're back. Welcome back. That was quick, Cookie. And this is Rush. This is my 4-year-old half draft. His leg is healing up. The swelling's gone down quite a bit, which you can see he did a pretty good job of hurting himself. Yep, that's a bummer, Cat Dragon. I'm sorry to hear that. So, he doesn't have any pockets really where the fluid is hanging out. So I've been doctoring it, and actually I need to doctor on it here today. I'm gonna go get that. Brighter, what's my favorite things about it? Just this right here. Just coming and hanging out, and you know, I got to come doctor on him, but he's happy to see me, and that's the half-draft filly right there. They're all happy to see me. So that's the mare that I used to breed my half-drafts out of. She does not like flashlights at all, so she's checking out. So I'm gonna go in my tack shed here and get the medicine, the doctor on Rush real quick. What are you doing? Henry just come running up behind me at Mach 9. You heading out, Leo? Yeah, oh, I have to leave because I gotta be up soon. All right, Leo, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you on the next stream. So what I'm doctoring on Rush with is actually a product that the company and I are working on collaboration together. It's Equine Health Solutions Equiflavin. I had never even heard of the company before they reached out to me, and they sent me a whole goodie bag full of stuff maybe 2 months ago, and said use it, and if you like our products, let us know and we'll get into a collaboration with you. And I said okay. So Luke has been on their grain for a while, and he seems to like it, and it was helping him because he is getting older. And then Rush did this, and it's been a pretty good test of these two products right here. So I don't have a collaboration yet, so this isn't a channel. It's just a cool small company reached out to a small content creator, and that's where we're at with it. Okay, watch your nose, monster. Just spray it with this here and try and get up in there. Hydrotherapy on the wound. I did hydrotherapy yesterday, David Wiley. I will probably do some again tomorrow. So true. They're fine with heavy equipment, spook at their own parts. Yes. Once I get Rush's leg doctored on here, I gotta set you guys down to open the lid on this other container. Once I get Rush's leg doctored on here, I will show you the trough that he ran into. Take a little bit of this mud and I just wipe it in there for him. It's one thing I love about horses. You know this has to hurt like hell. I mean, especially debriding the wound like that. Whoa, monster, you're okay. Hey, Bubba, you're okay. But he tolerates it so good. That's what I love about my draft crosses. They're just so gentle about everything. Okay, I'm going to pull this glove off, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to put the lid back on this container here real quick. Okay, sorry about the dark screen there, guys. He's all doctored up and happy. And little brother and one of the quarter horse fillies came to see. Henry helped. It's a family affair around here. What happened? This trough should be centered against that T-post. He ran into that corner of it right there at some point one night. I came out to do on... All right, good night, David Wiley. Thanks for stopping by. I came out to do chores one morning, and my little girl says, Rush, owie. And I looked over, and yeah, Rush has got an owie. So I'll have the ranch's welder trailer hooked up tomorrow. I'm going to change this corner and push this trough back over. Not always, but sometimes I have a hay bale in this trough, just like... Watch out, Henry. Just like I do in this trough right now. This is how I prefer to feed my hay in a hay net. So they have access to it 24/7 and they eat it slow. More
It's a better simulation of how a horse should eat naturally, versus twice a day feedings. Hi, Hot Lips. So Teddy says, wow, he really trusts you. Rush does really trust me. I try to get all my horses to trust me, but Rush is definitely my buddy, aren't you? Yeah. Sorry. Oh, I forgot your cookie. I'll get you a cookie. Hold on. So I'm going to put his medicine back. And then I'll give him a horse treat. And then I'll probably shut stream down and go in and get some dinner. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask him right now. Lord Alcatraz, have you ever been kicked by them? I have been kicked by a bunch of horses a bunch of times. It sucks. It's never fun. It is part of my life, though. The only horse... Let me think. The only horse I have ever been kicked by that I have currently is the Mustang when he was an outlaw. Cookie says, are kicks worse than bites? No, I would rather get kicked 3 times versus bit once, without a doubt. Getting bit sucks. Got the treats. In my experience, the only thing I've ever had happen to me more painful than being bit is being drug. When I was a teenager, I got bucked off of a colt and I hung a stirrup, and the colt dragged me down a barbed wire fence and chewed me up pretty good. That hurt worse than getting bit, but there you go, monster. You have a good night, okay? So Lego Bobby, that horse looks like my horse. Cool deal. Good looking horses. So okay, guys, I'll go for about a minute more here, stand scratch on Rush, and then I'm gonna shut stream down. I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. It was a fun stream and all that. It was good to talk to everybody. It's been a while. I'm sorry to hear that, Lego Bobby. Losing them's the worst part of owning them, for sure. And you guys can see that's Rush's little brother, Trapper. He's gonna come over and get some scratches too, I bet. What's your favorite movie before I lose you? Ooh. That's a tough one, Teddy. I'm gonna go... Is a TV series okay, or does it have to be a movie? When's your next stream gonna be? I'll definitely tune in. Either tomorrow night or the night after. I'll do the 2 back shoes on Henry. There, cat. Hey. Tombstone's pretty good. TV series is fine. MASH, without a question. This is Trapper John. Henry is named after Colonel Henry Blake. Hot Lips is Hot Lips Houlihan. I've had a radar, a clinger. This little sorrel walking up on the other side of the fence is Kelly, after Nurse Kelly. So we're a MASH family around here. So, horse relay question. Met this girl at the club last night. She said, Whisperer, I have no clue. So, alrighty guys, I will see you either tomorrow night or the night after. Have a good night, guys.